later. But hello, everyone. It is July 16th, 2019, and this is Sarah Langen, and we are running on a summit friggin' high up in here. I am so pumped to have each and every single one of you on. I love seeing a lot of your faces. I just saw you maybe 48 hours ago, maybe 72 hours ago. I'm not really sure when last time I saw you, but I am so happy that you guys are here. I loved every single minute, second of bonding, and I am so pumped that we are going back to New Orleans, and I am even more pumped that I won't be pregnant. I may have a little baby in tow with me, but I will not be pregnant, and I cannot wait for a damn friggin' hurricane walking down Bourbon Street. Well, that's who I am. I'm pretty honest and I'm pretty real. That's it. We have a couple of people that are going to be speaking tonight, but I'm just going to be really transparent with a lot of you right now. But oh, Lindsay, you're going to love this. So I'm not going to cry because I told myself that I would never, ever let this friggin' business make me cry because I'm upset or anything like that. But I didn't take anyone. I had a coach with me down in Summit, a emerald of mine. And, she got home today and she decided to quit. She decided to quit because she wasn't feeling the vibe. And she's an emerald coach of mine. And I got that text message today, not even a phone call. I've been friends with her for over 10 years, 11 years. And she was the first person that I told when I went to go, when I got sexually assaulted. I've been through pretty much all my shitty times with her, and I just know it's not me, it's her. And I'm just, okay, anyway. My team is awesome, and I love each and every single one of you guys, and I cannot wait until Summit of New Orleans to really shine bright with each and every single one of you. But I wanted to just share some of my takeaways, and it really came from Team Rockstar Fit Day. We had to post in Team Rockstar Fit like a takeaway, and I said that I'm going to be showing up no matter what. I'm showing up for me, and when I show up for me, my team, our team, will see that I'm showing up. And I don't care if I have 2 people on the Zoom, if I have 0 people on the Zoom when I'm doing a recording or a team training, or if I am running a power hour. But I'm showing up, and I want everyone to feel my energy, and I want everyone to feel that I'm in this right alongside of them. So that was like one takeaway. And I don't know, I kind of lost it when I started getting teary-eyed. So I will finish up a little bit because I just have to gather my notes because I started rambling. So Devin, do you want to take over?
Yeah, it's funny because there's so much that we each could have been sharing tonight. And I'm gonna kind of mash a couple things together and talk about some of the highlights and how they kind of came together for me personally. But one of the things, Sarah, that I was going to talk about was the idea of you have to love your team hard, but people are going to hurt you, just the way it goes. So along those lines are the pendulum swings both ways. Trina talked about this at Team Rockstar Fit Day, and then she also talked about it a little more in one of the sessions. Actually, it was the very last session, which was cool because Trina closed out the very last session. So we kind of got to start with her and end with her. And for me, it felt like it all came together. So the pendulum swings both ways, right? When it's this way, we're hitting Success Club. We're looking good. We're feeling good. People are being nice to us. We're committing and communicating well with our spouse. We've got great friendships. Our sister-in-law is being nice to us for some reason. There's all these good things, right? But then the pendulum going to swing this way eventually. It can't always be here because that's life, right? So it's going to swing both ways. So then, you know, a couple of your coaches quit on you for some BS reason. You stop working out, you gain some weight, you're feeling crummy about yourself, you stop hitting Success Club. Your sister-in-law turns into the creature from Stranger Things. Like, these things are going to happen. The pendulum swings both ways. So it's about like accepting the fact that it's what you choose to do when it goes this way. So that's what really matters. So, so the last couple months, I have not been as active as I would have liked to. I've been struggling with balance between, you know, raising 3 girls and everything that goes along with like their school and their activities, and like, you know, I wish that I could devote more time to coaching. I just can't. But I didn't balance as well as I should have. And I think we have to ask ourselves really tough questions. Like, when our life gets like that, be honest with yourself. Are you doing PD every day? Probably not. Are you working out every day? Probably not. Like, if we can be honest with ourselves and answer those questions instead of looking for someone else to blame, then that's how you make change. That's how you shift your mindset. So, so Trina, in the closing session, talked about running your business. You know, if you want to build a business, then you have to talk about the business. A lot of us are afraid to do that, but ask yourself 3 questions. Who am I? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? So honestly, like, you know, it sounds cheesy, but write it down and just jot some notes to ask yourself these questions. Who am I? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? Nowhere in there does it fit in that it's someone else's fault, or, you know, we have to stop blaming other people for whatever is holding you back. So if you want to grow a business, you have to talk about the business. So I don't know how many of you guys have ever worked for like a corporate company. I know I used to. And a bunch of us do, right? So, so we used to talk about, in our company, we used to talk about elevator speech. Do you guys know what that is? It's like, if you're in an elevator with someone, you only have like 30 seconds, maybe a minute. How would you sell yourself or your company to that person in that short period of time? I'm so guilty of this. If somebody asks me what I do as a coach, I'm like, well, I like to help people and we work out together and where it's like an online community and blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to sit down and write out a response to that and write out your elevator speech to be very clear and use the simple language to describe what you do. So I love this example, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit to fit myself, but I mentor women who love fitness and have bigger dreams. Like, that's it. You don't have to start spewing out what a challenge group is and accountability and challenge packs and Shakeology. Like, no. I mentor women who love fitness and have bigger dreams. Now, maybe your thing is nutrition, so sub out the word fitness and put nutrition in there. But whatever it is, like, you can personalize this to yourself, but we have to have one sentence of who you want to work with and why they would want to work with you. So I think that's really important, because I realized, like, why do I get awkward when people ask me what I do? It doesn't make any sense. Just come up with like a mantra for yourself. Like, what the heck do you do? Simplify it. So another way to build your business is to show and share the lifestyle of a coach. So I think a lot of us get really focused on products and programs. And at the end of the day, people are not joining Jericho. They are not jumping in because they're obsessed with Shakeology. It's you are the face behind this brand. And although they're probably going to get great results with MM100, it's you that's going to take them there. And it's you that's going to be with them when the 100 days are over. So sell yourself, brand yourself. So another thing, when you're talking about building your team, talk to people about how you get to pick your own coworkers. I think that's really, really cool. Because so many people who are miserable at their jobs probably have a coworker or two that they can't stand. Tell them, I had to pick my coworkers. I mean, how empowering is that? So show who you mentor by giving people props And by giving people props, that boosts your accountability. So I need to be better with that. But it's kind of recognition, right? So like spotlight a coach, once a day, or talk about your team. What are they doing that you're proud of? Or just talk about them. Like, one of my coaches, Megan, is a stay-at-home mom who works part-time in New Jersey, just like me, and she's got 3 kids, and she finds a way to get this program done. Or like she's become a mentor for the 2B Mindset program. Like at the end of the day, your coaches really, your downline really well. Like, why don't we just talk about them more like they're people instead of being so focused on products and programs? So that what that does is it boosts your team. It shows credibility to you as a coach. So I love that. So, and then also, I talked about this on my live video. This is my last tip. We talked a little bit about, Ashley Molstead actually talked about the five things that she is. And if you would have asked me this a couple of days ago, what 5 things I am, I would be like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I live in New Jersey, like snooze fest, right? Define who you are in 5 words, and those are the people you're looking for. So let me see what I wrote it down. So I found my 5 things, and these came like this. They will come, yourself better than anyone, so your 5 things will come very easy to you. But I'm a coffee loving, bargain shopping, joke making, social coordinating mother of dragons. Like, those are my 5 things. That sounds way more interesting than I'm a mom, I have 3 kids. So I just think you learn who you are and define yourself in 5 ways, and now you know what you're talking about. You're not just talking about coaching all the time. You're not just talking about psychology all the time. You are letting people get to know you on a way more personal level. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Who's up next? Where's Louise? Are you ready? Oh, sorry. You want to go?
I had to unmute myself. Yes, the 5 things is so important. Like, people follow me on Instagram and they'll just send me, and I haven't talked to them, but they'll send me like memes about Bloody Marys. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like it. Like, okay, I'll be known as the Bloody Mary girl. I'm okay with that. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that Rachel Hollis said, because now I have my SHIT together. Rachel Hollis said, anything that you want to know about this business on how to make money, you can friggin' Google it, right? So if you have a question about how to run this business, go to YouTube. Or obviously you could come to Uplines. I love helping everyone, but if you really want this, she said, go on to Google. You could Google anything that you want. So I thought that was like really important. Obviously, I'm here to help every single one of my downline, but that was like really good information, because now I'm going to use that to move forward. Show up authentically, which I think I do, and I hope all of you do too. Comparison is the death of joy. So many times people compare themselves, but when she said that, I was like, oh my God, this girl, I didn't realize how short she was too. Like, and she's like sitting up there jumping, and she's so stinking cute. And then excuses are like a-holes. Everyone has them and they all stink. I love that she said that too, because I always say that. And let go of what other people think about you. I think that she's so sweet. And now I have to read Girl Stop Apologizing, because I was obsessed with the first book. All right, Louise.
All right, I can hop on to, I'm actually going to say a couple of things about Rachel Hollis too, so it meshes in really nicely. So Rachel Hollis, I've listened to both the books. I just finished the last one today, and I thought she was going to be way too rah-rah for me, but she was actually not. She was really down to earth, funny. I really enjoyed listening to her. So if you haven't read her books or listened to her books, get it, because there's a lot of pertinent information for her in a business setting, as well as just the personal development. So like Sarah said, she gives you all these things that really you can resonate with. So the one that resonated with me was, she's like, okay, everybody, let's give me your reason why you're not doing more with your business. And the first thing I said was too busy. And someone up front said too busy, so she said too busy. She goes, okay, too busy. She goes, how many of you have watched an Amazon Prime show or flipped on Netflix? And I was like, oh shit, I just watched 3 seasons of The White Queen, The White Princess, and The Spanish Princess. I was like, she just called me out. I have to recognize that I do have the time. You just have to take an inward look and reflect and notice and take action on where you're missing chances to work this business. So you really have to reflect on those pockets of time. The other thing that I wanted to mention about what Devon said too about the focus, the 5 roles, is that when we went out for lunch at Summit, and myself, Emily, and Sarah, we sat down at lunch and we all talked about what we thought each other's roles was. And that's a really good thing for you to do on a team call, because it's not only self-reflective, but it shows something that you may not see in yourself that other people are noticing. So when you have a team call, maybe spend 15, 20 minutes going around whoever's on the call and telling them what you see as their 5 roles. And, you know, expand on it. Don't just say, she likes health and fitness, or, you know, she likes to drink wine. You know, it helps when people say things to you. You get all these brainstorming things or these brain thinking, now it's called, because apparently we do things better when we're thinking and not brainstorming. So do that with your team. Make it a team activity to do on a team call. So those are just the 2 things I wanted to add on to what's already been said. So my thing that I'm going to talk about today is basically how to process takeaways from Summit. And you can relate this to everything you do in life. So if you didn't watch it already or listen to it, the National Wake Up Call was about this. And it's Brittany Leggett. And I happen to like her a lot. I saw her when we were in Riviera on the beach, and she was super sweet and super nice. And I had no idea she was a top coach, because she was just really nice. And so I'm more open to listening to everything she says. So listen to the National Wake Up Call. You don't have to have been at Summit to take what she says and implement it in your coaching business. But what she does say is, think about 2 or 3 things that you want to focus on. This business, and coming back from Summit especially, can get so overwhelming. You can have a notebook like this and it is stacked full of information, but if you put that information down and you never look at it and you never take action, then what use is it? Nothing. You could have stacks of it, but you need to take action on the information that really struck you. So if you went to Summit, or if you've been doing this business for a few months and you've taken notes on calls or on the National Wake Up Call or on your personal development, take those notes and whittle it down to 2 or 3 main points that you can concentrate on. Maybe it's that you need to figure out your storytelling on Instagram. Maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to plan ahead so you're not just winging it. Maybe you need to switch the focus from challenge groups to coaching. Maybe you never invite to your team and that's something that you need to change. So think about these things and whittle it down to 2 or 3 that you can really focus on. And for me, that is, I would do that in life. I try, a lot of things are going on. We're all busy. We're moms, we're full-time workers, we have communities, we have churches, we have friendships, we have family. If you try and deal with that all at once, you're going to get overwhelmed. So condense it into 2 or 3 separate areas and just don't let it overwhelm you. The people who went to Summit, what I would like you to do, and about Summit, and people who didn't go to Summit, there's 2 different ways to do this. I want you to pick 1 or 2 times that really resonated with you. Perhaps it was something that Rachel Hollis said. Perhaps it was the concert pianist who was absolutely phenomenal. Maybe it was something that Trina said in her presentation, or something that we've said in here, or maybe it's something that you've read in your personal development and you say, you know what, that I really got that. You know, for me, for example, something that wasn't Summit is I have read Build to Last. And one of the things that, oh my gosh, his name's gone away from me. Keith Callahan says is, it's not the income that changes lives. It's what the income does to your life that changes you. So that to me was really resonated. And every time I kind of get down in the dumps or something happens, or you have 3 coaches quit in 2 days, get me. So I think about that and I latch onto what I know is going to bring me up. Rachel Hollis says you're walking through a valley and you got to get up the mountain. What's that pivotal thing, or that music, or that workout, or that thing that your coach says, or that one phrase that you've got set up behind your desk? What's that one thing that you can latch onto to help get you back up again. It's going to propel you out from down in the dumps, and it's going to get you back up on the mountain. So think about that and then make a note of it so it's always there for you. And then I think that's actually it for me. Does anybody have any questions on anything I just said?
I love when you speak, Louise. You're just so passionate, and and it's nice hearing from other, like, even though I was there, but it's nice hearing different people's takeaways, because sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, like, I think I missed that.
And I will say that for me, I've been saying this all week, and I've said it to so many people like multiple times and must sound like a broken record, is that my cup is full. Summit to me is the chance to do something for me. Like, I go there and I meet all you guys and we have fun, and I listen to all these amazing speakers, and we get all this huge content, and then at the same time we're there with people who want to do better, who want to help other people get better. So, you know, I'm going to give a little example, something that was my coach Sarah, she was nice enough to take me to the airport. Her partner Paige was with us, and on the way back in the car, he turned and looked at her and he said, what was your favorite thing? And I sat there listening, and I thought, first of all, it was really nice that he asked her, and she just went, the people. And I was like, oh my god, so true. It's just the people. If you want to fill your cup, go to Summit.
That is true. It's the best. Joanna, do you have anything that you want to share? Oh wait, hold on. You have to take your headphones out, I think.
How about now?
I think.
Now?
Yeah, good.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So I brought my computer, and the first day I was like typing away like this, and then I highlighted, and then I put it away. I really wanted to be present, but I got a lot out of, you guys touched on a lot of points, but I got a lot out of Team Rock Perfect. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because our team, but Trina Gray is awesome, and her team's awesome. So I'm going to, sorry if I in and out, my computer is just like this. Let me know if you can see me. If it goes,
Do you want to share your screen?
oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. Can you see this now?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, great. So basically I just kind of gave like a recap of just Trina and how she was, you know, how she earned the CEO award. But what I want to kind of come down here is that, so each of her team started to talk about this. And I don't know if you guys know Mariah White. She is amazing. She has overcome suicide and has literally changed her life and became a pediatrician and runs a six-figure business on the side in addition to being a mom. The biggest thing that I got from her, because I just realized that I post a lot of pictures and I realize people think it's like, it's so perfect. I don't talk about the struggle. I struggle every single day, you guys. But I struggle to talk about the struggle, and I need to keep it way more real. I feel that way you're much more like relatable, and people just come to you, and they know that like, you know, whatever you do, coaching, working, whatever it is not perfect. So that's one thing that I got from Mariah White. The other thing is, I have a hard time inviting, and I don't know why. I see people viewing my story instead of inviting them to the business. I, for some reason, and try to invite them to the challenge. Don't know. I highlighted something. What I got from this, and I think, Devin, you touched on this, is that if someone's viewing your story or liking your post, they have given you permission to message them. So like, don't word vomit, but just say something simple like, hey, thanks for the love, thanks for the follow, how are you? And start a conversation. That's it. Simple as that. You don't have to say, hey, you don't have to like just start telling them about your business. Get to know them. Start a friendship. Get to like genuinely ask questions. The other thing was, for me, I actually may be one of the people who actually came there specifically. I had a few things I really wanted from Summit, and that's basically how to third-party tools. For me, I am a type A person. I find comfort in a PDF. I find comfort in organization. When I don't feel organized, when I don't have something to give to somebody, I feel like I'm unprepared and I'm incapable. Lauren Ludberg reviewed really quickly what she does. A PDF, a quick info packet, what it is. What is coaching quickly, who we are. If you guys are not in the real work, real rewards group, you guys can share that video. It's awesome. Just share it. If someone's really interested, that's opening. For me, story sequences is also big. I have to start to really look at how I'm sequencing my stories, and I have a million trackers. I have to figure out how to make them simple. I overcomplicate things. Keep a simple tracker, name, email list, last conversation, who they are, and bam. And just continue to write those names. So for me, it's, you can message people. I know that's hard to stop and break and write down people's names, but what I do lately is I do my power hour and then I go back to my history. So you can actually see who you liked or who you commented in your Instagram and in your Facebook, and then in your messages, you can just, look at who you've spoken with and then write them down. Because honestly, I came back from Summit and I realized I had 2 really good conversations last week in person that I've never followed up. It occurred to me as I was working out today. So it's super important just to jot down, but also jot down on a piece of paper, but also keep it on one consolidated tracker.
Joanna, just real quick, I was just reading the story sequence. It says CTA. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a call to action. So many times people are just posting stories, but there's no call to action. Like, hey, do you want to feel this good? Or drop me a line if you want to feel as good as me. You want people to act on your stories. Okay, sorry.
Thank you. No, thank you for pointing that call to action. Super important. Actually, somebody, I don't know which coach talked about it, but each time you're working out, after your workout, just say, hey, do you want to join me? Or something like, do you like working out? Do you prefer yoga? Do you prefer low impact? Remember, MM100 is not for everybody. Okay, some people really don't like jumping or have a knee injury. Get to know them. That's it, right? What else? So down here, Danny Jetcher, who always hits you guys the most success points. She is really, really good at what she does. If you want to be their diamond, 2-star, 5-star, start acting like one. Literally, I say this, but I preach it, but I don't exactly walk the walk. You know what I mean? So if someone asks you about a business fee, it's a business. Be proof that your products work. Seriously, if you see results, share them on social media. Don't hide them. Just share them. Personal development, I think it's really important. When I see and talk to people, especially in myself, when I get low confidence, it's hard to see it from the outside. It's because I'm not doing personal development, you guys. It's just 10 minutes. It could be anything from a podcast to the National Wake Up Call. You don't have to, you can bypass the first 13 minutes of announcements and jump into the story. Every day, invite to the team. And it doesn't have to be like, hey, you want to do da-da-da-da. It has to be like, hey, have you ever thought about what I'm doing? That's it. Again, they're liking and following you daily for a reason. They're giving you permission to ask. Some people are super shy. A very interesting statistic. If you're present on social media 100% of the time, your team does 25%. I forget what that means. I want to expand on that, but I forgot.
If you're only showing up 50% of the time, your coach shows up 25% of that. So what is that? 5% of the time or whatever?
Yeah.
Habit.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to talk about Danny real quick. Danny said this one bomb that I saw her at the Diamond Soiree and I was like, yo, Danny, that was friggin' awesome. Brain surgery is hard, messaging someone on the internet is not effing hard. That's what she said. And she was like, I'm like, you're right.
True.
So,
True.
all right.
No, I like that a lot. We're just, you know what it is, Sarah? We're afraid of rejection. But the thing is, Danny gets rejected every day, multiple times a day. And she doesn't give an F.
On to the next one.
Yep. Eliminate distractions. Devin's a big one. You're not finishing anything you're starting. And Trina touched on this as well. She turns off her notifications, which is insane to me. I don't know if I'm there yet. But have you ever tried to do a power hour and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, what a cute, like, oh, she's so cute. And then you start like, you get distracted. I do that all the time. That's not a productive, you don't have to make this business complicated. If you're spending hours on the internet, you're doing something wrong. I know I'm doing something wrong. Stay focused. If people have grown this business from 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day, because they're focused. So,
Yeah.
God.
Joanna, can I just touch on that too? And Joanna and I sat down and at lunch and talked about this. And I mean, you know, she works full time with a demanding job and has a daughter. It's just hard. So, but I think none of us want our coaches to be obsessed with coaching and pouring all their extra time into it and feeling burnt out. So much of it is distractions, and we're fooling ourselves if we're telling ourselves that scrolling the internet is working. And I think 3 coaches said that over the last 4 days. Like, we are fooling ourselves if we think liking and commenting or looking at pictures or spending 4 hours on Instagram is working. So if you're going to do a power hour, do one thing at a time in segmented blocks. Do 10 minutes of inviting, do 10 minutes of friend requests, 10 minutes of following up. Don't jump all over the place because you get so much less done when you do that. And the part that I loved about that was when you do that, done is done. When you get through your tracker or do your block of people, done is done. You turn it off, you walk away, you do something else. So when we do bits and pieces here and there, it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. But if you follow a tracker and really focus on one thing at a time, then you can walk away and feel like you've accomplished so much at the end of it.
100%. Ask yourself if you're burnt out, are you busy or are you productive? Are you just busy or are you productive? Very important, spend more time with the family. If you're not spending time with your family, or if you're neglecting somebody, you're too busy. Spend more time. And then I'm not gonna keep let's see what else that she said. Sorry. And then they talked about some great books. Celery be sold. Just kidding. It's sell or be sold. I heard celery be sold, and I wrote it down. And
I just realized,
like writing it down. She's like, I thought like lettuce is money. I thought something with like the greens, or like the celery juice cleanse thing. Anyways, I know.
Send you some celery over Amazon Prime one day.
Celery sold.
At your doorstep in about
This is a big one, you guys. And Sarah said it. Move on. Stop focusing on people who ghost and reject you. Don't start convincing somebody who's already ghosted. Who cares? I always say no is not right now. And it's so true. Some people told me no 3-4 times, and that was 3 years ago, and they're in my challenge group. Move on. It's not their time. Some people have time. It's all about timing for them. Focus on the people who are liking your posts. Develop a friendship if they said no, and if they continue to talk to you.
One thing I want to piggyback on top of what Joanna just said is keep track of those people who started talking to you and then ghosted you. These people, if you keep track of them, you can follow up with them in every month and just see. Kate Schultz just put up today, she's one of the top 25 coaches, just put up a picture today on Instagram about all her coaches. And they're sat there at Summit, and she writes that this is Katie. She ghosted me for 6 months, blah, blah, blah. And she writes more about each coach. Like, she goes into each section of each coach. And literally 90% of them said no or ghosted her for over 6 months. but she kept track of them and just kept going back and said something like, maybe it was, I know it wasn't the right time for you back in May, but I just wanted to check in because I have a new group opening up and I wondered if I could help you this month. If they ghost you, ignore you, it doesn't matter. That happened to me too, and then either they say, actually, I'm really not interested, and then I still keep a note of them and still later on. Or they say, actually, yes, that was a really bad time for me, and now I'm ready. But just keep a note of those people, but don't focus all your time on them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the other thing that I wrote down here is, hey guys, we forget who we were before coaching. I know there's some new people here, but 3 years ago was a long time for me. And I got to actually think about, because a lot of people when you talk about the business, you got to like go back in time and think about, who were you? Why did you say yes? I said yes because I didn't realize I had postpartum. I hated my corporate job at the time, and it was so unfulfilling, and I felt so lonely. All my friends were an hour away from me, and I seriously craved community. I remember I lived in a townhome community, and I knew nobody. And I craved that, like, woman, like that friendship interaction, but like with genuine good people. And I got that, and it filled my cup. And all of a sudden, like, things started to change really well for me from then on. Should I go on or should I stop?
Hey, Amanda.
I'll stop.
I think we're good, Joanne. That was great.
All right, I'll stop.
No, so good. Thank you so much. Amanda said, what if your fear isn't no, but being seen as annoying? So here's my one thing. You have to control the controllable. And yes, I have family members who have blocked me and will mimic me and make fun of me, but you know what? They buy challenge packs and they always come back. So you cannot worry about what people think about you. If you know what you're putting onto the internet, I say, like on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever, if you are sharing content about you and sharing on how much you're growing and how you help people, you can't be ashamed of that. You know, it's stuff that, like, we're not just sharing our sweaty selfies and our workouts. People could go to YouTube, or I'm sorry, Amazon.com and buy Shakeology in a challenge pack. Like, you know, they want to join you for who you are, for how you struggle and when you succeed, and celebrate with you. So if someone is, Lisa, okay. So if someone is finding you annoying, they know how to hide you. So I wouldn't be concerned about that.
And I will say about the coaching opportunity is that if you have someone who's a consistent challenger and you keep talking to them about the discount, you have one discount coach who she was buying 2 packs of Shakeology every month for her and her husband, and I was making like $64 a month from it. Lindsay, I was like, no, Melissa, you have to switch to a discount because you're going to save all this money. And I send her every month, an email saying, I know your Shakeology went through. I want you to change. You're going to save money. This is the way to go. After 6 months, she wrote back to me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I haven't been in touch with you. Been so busy, but I really thank you for being persistent and consistently looking out for me. So think about it in that way too. Just because somebody's not responding back to you doesn't mean that you're annoying. It could be that they're just not on messages every day, or they forgot that they saw it. You know, they might not be on as much as we are. So just try and do a flip in perspective and see it as a positive, but keep your reminders regular when it comes to the coaching opportunity or switching to a discount coach.
They know how to hide.
They do.
And that's,
in fact, sorry,
no,
I have people who come out of the woodwork, haven't posted since 2017, and asked about my programs. Like, you don't know who is watching, which is it's bizarre. Oh, Joy Harrington, she has an amazing how to get to Success Club Ninja 22-minute video. Louise, you shared that with me. She said, if you are assuming somebody that doesn't want to join your group or join your team, you're judging them. You're judging them. Think about that.
That is true.
Yeah.
So how many people got tickets to New Orleans? Lindsay, really?
Oh my
I mean,
God.
125, you can't. Maria!
How many people in the chat who aren't on screen? Me. Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited already.
Yeah, so the tickets are going to be 150 now until the end of the month. And then they go up a little bit more every single thing, but every single month, which is fine. And listen, you got to be there. Now, here's the other thing. Now, people want to go. So if you sign on a new coach, they will earn their free ticket by hitting Success Club the first 3 months. So if they sign on today, they have time to hit Success Club in July, then August, September, or if they sign on today, they could hit it in August, September, and October. And that's just helping 3 people.
And not only that, but this month they would get 3 coupon codes to use.
Of course, they get 3 coupon
They
codes for
have
you to use.
extra leverage to hitting Success Club for the month of July, which is awesome.
So I got a question, Sarah. So when's the cutoff date for them to get a full month? Is it like halfway through the month?
No, there is no cutoff date. They have all this. So I know this because I got F'd. I joined September 29th, right? I didn't get my package until like October 5th or something. So I thought since I got my package in October, that I had November, December, January, right, to hit Success Club. But I didn't. I had to hit it in September or October and then the 3 in a row.
Got it.
So it has to be within like this month. And it can't be like you hit this month, you don't hit October, but it has to be consistent of 3 months.
Got it.
So cool.
So that was the only month I didn't hit Success Club as a coach. My first one.
Slacker.
The second one. I know.
Slacker.
September and October 2015. But anyway.
What is your track record, Sarah?
I'm 44 months, about to be 45 months at Success Club this month. I have to get one more challenge pack. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Possible.
woo-hoo.
She sold a challenge pack as she was in labor, bouncing on a
did.
ball. I mean, I think that's gonna go down in history.
I did.
I think it's great.
I think it was hour 37 to be exact.
Oh my God. Success Club 8.
No, that got me Success Club 6.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even, yeah. So anyway, does anybody have any questions? Or is anybody on the fence of coming? I know Rebecca's getting married the first week of July, so, I think she'll probably be on her honeymoon. But if it works out, you're coming. You're going to be like, see you later, honey. I'll be back. I had enough of you for 2 weeks. Now I'm coming to go hang out with the gals and Mike.
Just saying in New Orleans honeymoon would be fun.
What's that?
You could always just have your honeymoon in New Orleans.
Yeah. That's so romantic.
It's so dirty. And stinky.
I want to say one more thing that I started at the top of my book, just about something that I missed. Something that I believe was Teresa Schroeder, who is an elite coach in Team Rockstar Fit, said is that when she talks to people and they sign up, what she says to every single person is, you need to be in this for 6 months. You cannot see results in 30 days that you want to see. So if you want to see those results, sign up and get the discount. So that's what she says to everyone. And I thought that was a really valuable piece of information. It's just nice and easy. It's not a quick fix. If you want good results, sign up as a discount VIP code, however you phrase it, because you're not going to see the results you want in 30 days.
Yeah, that's really like the icing on the cake. I would say for every 5 challenge packs I do help people with, I probably get 2 to 3 coaches out of that. And it's because when I'm sending them the link, I say, hey, do you want to join as a teammate for extra accountability? And 1, they get accountability from me, but 2, it's just like, okay, you know, I'm not locked in, but I'm part of a team. And then I always send them the Trina video from Team Rockstar Fit because I shared it in my team page. I'll share it in Team Reborn too. It's 4 minutes. It's very, very powerful. And I mean, Trina Gray is just like one of the coolest chicks around. And it's really cool. For me, like, I'm friends with a lot of people in the fitness industry too. So it's nice for them to see that our team is run by people in fitness. So, you know, so they take it a little bit more like, oh, all right, that's pretty cool. Someone's in fit, like, I don't know, doesn't discount anyone who's not in fitness, but it's just, I don't know, Trina's amazing. I'll just stop talking. Oh, Emily, do you want to share your takeaway? Hi, Emily.
I will. Yes. Hey, everybody. Thanks for letting me join this call. Yeah, I'm Emily Zarbatani. I haven't met everybody, but I loved meeting you guys at Summit that I did. We had so much fun, really. And thank you, Louise, for introducing me to the Upline team. It was awesome. My big takeaway, honestly, was just a realization. It wasn't like, I'm not going to like go through Trina said or Rachel said. You guys have covered all that, and all that was so great. But for me, my big takeaway was basically just realizing I've been in the business for less than a year, and I kind of got off to a running start, and then I kind of got overwhelmed and discouraged, and kind of fizzled a little bit, and then gotten completely re-energized from Summit. And but I realized that this is my business. It's up to me to own it, and to just, and I can do it my way. I think I've been feeling like I had to do it somebody else's way, or like there's some way you're supposed to do it, and I got to figure that out. And I think that was part of my overwhelm. And since I got home, I mean, I have, I don't know, I feel like I've just got this whole different way of looking at it, and kind of a different sense of like who I am in running my own business. So it gave me that sense of I can do it, and confidence. And I guess probably just listening to the stories of so many people that have been successful, and and they've had massive struggles, or I can just relate to them in so many different ways, and there's no reason I can't do it. That's my big takeaway. And I've kind of taken some initiative, and just put more effort into things in the last couple of days than I have the whole year till now. So
yay, that's awesome. Well, it was so nice meeting you, Emily.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I wanted to just give a shout out to Shan's. I actually met Shanitra on our Success Club trip. She was on her honeymoon with her husband, and we were on a booze cruise. And I said, girl, you need to join my team. And you're like, what's Team Beachbody? And I'm like, Shaun T? She's like, oh, yeah. But I just want to say congratulations to her. She opened up her social media, and she actually signed a coach today. So on Thursday, she goes back to Emerald, and she is, Shanitra, Shans, do you want to share a little bit?
I think one of my biggest takeaways, you guys have covered so many of them already, but my biggest takeaway was there was a person who spoke at, I think, Team Rockstar Fit Day, and she was talking about how she was in the hospital having her twins prematurely, and one of them passed. And so she was looking at a 4-week-old baby girl and thinking, okay, I cannot go back to work. I have to run this business. Like, this has to work right now. And that just like woke me up. It was the first day of Summit, and it woke me up because she realized it's not even a deadline, but it's in a sense, she had a deadline, and the deadline was right now. And when I realized that it's possible to be like, okay, this has to work because there's no other option, that it changes everything. Like I felt like a picture. Yeah, I felt like when I heard that, I was just like, okay, that's like, I would want to be home with my babies too. Like the deadline is right now. I'm 30. I want to have kids right now. I need to make this happen right now. So I opened up my social media and I started like, I've got a consistent plan going. I'm going to be posting every day. I'm on my stories constantly. I like had a friend message me today, like yelling at me about how upset she was to find out that I had a health and fitness social media that like she never knew about, and she felt lied to, and like a whole group of my ex-coworkers felt that way. And I was really upset. But I feel like when, you know, if you want to get to the top of the mountain, you're going to have to go through the valley. Just like Rachel Hollis said, you have to go through the hard things. You can't appreciate the sun if you don't see the clouds first. So
sorry, I forgot I'm not on mute.
yeah, that was my biggest takeaway.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I would love for Sarah Rock to share something. I know you, are you there? I don't know if you froze.
I was late. Sorry. I had
No, it's great. Sarah's been with me since, month 9. She'll remind me, she got me to Emerald. But Sarah and I go way back. We used to work together back at Ellis with Arden in 2005, and she's really busy. She owns her own real estate business. Was doing great, but then life kind of got her, and she got back, and she's better than ever, I think. So you can share us a few things.
Yep, I'm gonna jump in because I think one of my kids is gonna jump in a second. So I'm just gonna jump in and go. And I will say, yeah, Joanna, I might have been your first Emerald coach, but you made me join Facebook in the first place. If you remember, I was too old for Facebook when I met you.
True. She's only 3 years older than me, you guys. Dang.
4, but whatever. So my biggest takeaway, I think, was like 4,000 pages worth of notes, but Rachel Hollis said right in the middle of her speech, you know what, no matter, and you guys might have covered this, and I'm sorry I was a little late because we didn't get home till late and my kids are crazy. So but Rachel Hollis said what she says doesn't matter. And we've had a couple incidents even since we got home. My sister-in-law has sort of been backing away from the business for a while, and she was all gung-ho for a minute and then backed off. And, you know, she had reached out to me and said she was thinking about quitting. And I said, that was fine. You know, I wasn't going to pressure her to stay if she doesn't want to, but, you know, some things came up and whatever. So I just said, you know what she is doing doesn't affect me. It's time for me to focus on me and find the ones that want yes. So you should embrace the no's and just go on. She'll come back. I know she will. She needs this, but it's not the right time for her, and that's fine. She's got a lot of shit going on. Sorry if you have kids around, my bad. I can't see all your screens, so oops. My kids are just used to it. But she's got a lot of stuff going on, and you know what? It is what it is. And so you move on and you keep going. And then we had another thread going. I mean, there's like 18 threads right now post-summit of like all the different groups chatting with each other. So I don't know which one's which at this point. But the other point would be just, you know, just keep going. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Put yourself in the grind and just do it. You have to set out for every no you get, send out 3 more invites. And that's kind of what it is. So, you know, just keep working the business and keep going and going and going. So.
Thanks, Sarah. That's so, I think that speaks to a lot of different people. And I appreciate you sharing that, because I think a lot of times, and it's your sister-in-law or sister? The girl who used to sell the lip gloss, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, you know, especially coming from someone from, like, when it hits home, you know, you want to like crumble, but we can't. It's them, not you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for sharing.
So yeah, 100%. I mean, it just is what it is, and you just gotta keep moving. The no doesn't matter, and what they're doing doesn't affect you. Just keep going. It's your business. You run it. You work hard, and it will come.
Clarissa, now she's off. I don't know, but Clarissa ran into, I think, every single super trainer, and she messages them on Instagram, and they message her back.
Why are you shouting me out like that?
Because can you share your experience?
And you're jealous now. I mean, really.
Listen,
I know.
Clarissa, we're all jealous, and that was cool for you to meet them without us, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you all were like in there learning and shit. I mean, what the hell? Somebody had to go do the dirty work.
And Joel took a picture of her in Autumn, so I thought that was pretty cool. And also Marissa won a raffle, and she got to work out on stage with Megan Davies, which was pretty cool. Marissa, do you want to share about that? Or how you got that opportunity to do that?
Yeah, sure. So Megan posted to donate to suicide prevention, which dealing with mental health issues in my life and as a job rings true to me anyways. So if you donated $10, you got entered to a raffle. So I got chosen. And it was probably one of the most surreal experiences I ever got to do. Megan is probably one of the most down-to-earth people you will ever meet. She was quick to like take us all under her wing, introduce us to everybody. Like we all thought we were like VIPs back there. We walked in together, and she's like, get a snack, have some coffee. There's the makeups. And then as the super trainers came up, she was like, come meet this person. Let's talk to this person. And Tony Horton, I actually had a long discussion with him about some personal things. And he actually took my phone and recorded a video to send to my dad because my dad deals with Ramsey Hunt like Tony Horton does. So it was really awesome. Like a part of me was going to go back and work out, but then I'm kind of glad I didn't because I had some outstanding conversations with every super trainer. Jericho, I left before she was done, and Shaun T peaced out real quick after his workout, and we were following Shaun T. But I got to talk to him a little bit beforehand, so it was really awesome. And now Megan's been commenting on every one of my posts since Summit, and she's messaged me in response to some of my stories, and she just overall, it was like I always told people that I'm close with that someday I was going to be on one of those stages. I didn't think it would be that day. I thought like I would maybe be a little skinnier and like maybe a little like not in the middle of the back flare up and not in the middle of some other things, but it actually turned out to really fuel my fire to do more. And just while I have you guys, I wanted to say one thing I really took besides that experience from Summit that pretty much almost every person that talked spoke on is that there's room at the top for everybody. None of those top coaches have special magic juju or magic mojo, whatever, to make themselves how they are. They just do the business, reach out to people, and be themselves. And Trina says it all the time. There's room at the top for everybody to be with her. Join the top. It's not about the accolades. There's plenty of room for everybody. Like she wants, even at the Diamond Soiree, she talked about everybody being up there. The Diamonds are 10% of the company. When you get to Star Diamond, it's 3 to 5% of the company. And like even Ashley said, like they do nothing that nobody else doesn't do. And some of the top coaches are high recruiters. I mean, Ashley did like 930 coaches last year, which is insane. However, Trina, on the other hand, is not a top recruiter. And she admitted she's not a top recruiter. But she takes time for each of her coaches and creates like their own page that's just about them and their virtual wellness studios. And so you don't have to be the top recruiter to be a great coach. You don't have to be Ashley Molstad. You don't have to be a lower recruiter. You just have to be yourself, be unique, and there's room at the top for everybody to be right up there on that stage. That's all.
The bottom is crowded.
Yep. So I can't wait for New Orleans.
Yes.
I got some goals.
Good.
It might be to be on that stage in the super workout again. We don't know.
All right. So does anybody else want to say anything? All right, I want to take a just take a minute and thank everyone for popping on. We're living off the Summit High, and I hope everyone just does it. You know, don't think about it, just do it. Like, I don't want to say like Nike, but kind of like Nike. But anyway, thanks for popping on. Could we just do? Could someone take a picture, screenshot, or something?
I did a boomerang as well. If anyone wants it,
All right.
I can put it in our. Oh, I did one already.
Oh, okay.
What it looks like. Sarah, you like this? You might want to take another one.
All right. Okay, guys. Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Right.
Thanks
Have a
so
good night,
much.
everyone. I'm going to stop recording.